Uh-oh. Look who's in the building.
I made it.
I like the way I just did that because I put the little, waiting room music on real quick. And then everybody hopped in the comments and started talking and chatting it up. Like, I think that's a really good way to do it.
Yeah, for sure.
Let people in the room. Everybody starts talking to each other, kicking it, all that good stuff. It's fun.
Sweet. Oh, so we got tons of people on here already. Cool.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So do you think we should do the Facebook Live or no?
I do.
Yeah?
I think it will be great.
Okay, well, I'll get that set up right now then.
Let's go. Ashley, yes, we are recording. This is No Hangover, baby. We do shit different over here. For those of you, this is your first time, welcome to No Hangover. I am your host, Kujo Speaks.
And I'm Nikki Hagan.
Yes, indeed, she is. This is the destination for people who no longer drink or do drugs or party like normal people, where you can come on a Friday night and party and kick it, get some good info, get some relatable struggles and trials and tribulations. We try to do everything here. We have fun. We got some serious moments. We make fun of people. Mainly JP. I'm just kidding.
Mainly JP.
Speaking of JP, shouts out to everybody in the building so far. We got JP, we got Papa Love, we got Ashley, one of my favorites. Is it Shani or Shani?
I was pronouncing it Shani, but I could probably be wrong.
Let me know, Shani. Actually, I don't even know if I'm gonna pronounce your name ever right, Shani, because she decides to drink wild cherry Capri Suns.
Ooh, cherry. I don't know about that.
I don't know if I can trust you. If you don't drink Pacific Cooler, I don't know if I can trust you. Allison Ray in the building. Oh, man. This is going to be a fun show.
Did you get my live invite?
Let me check. Do I got to go on Facebook to get that?
Yeah.
So we decided, guys, that we're going to go live on Facebook as well while we're recording the show. So
I'm going to be looking at myself here, and then like the whole time I'm going to be checking to make sure. So, okay.
I did not get the request.
No?
No.
Oh, maybe you won't get, they'll be invited once you go live. Okay, so.
Oh, okay, perfect.
All right, so I'm going to do it now, so make sure you're ready.
Cool. Let's get it.
3, 2, 1.
Let's get it. My lighting's a little off today, I feel like, too. I was rushing, man. I had a lot going on. I had to.
All right. So we are on Facebook Live right now. We're also live recording No Hangover right now, which is our radio show that I co-host with our 3A brother, Derek. And we thought we'd do something a little different tonight, and we would do the Facebook Live as well as the recording. So we're going to see how this goes. Derek's going to be hopping on here. I'm going to turn my Facebook volume all the way down, right? Because last time that messed it up.
Yeah.
And then we'll see how this goes.
Right. So I'm just waiting on the notification now. And while we wait, today's show is going to be filled with some pretty cool shit as far as I'm concerned. There's some little surprises that I got for you, Nikki. I didn't even tell you.
Oh, boy.
I like for reactions to be real. You know what I'm saying? So I like to pull some tricks out of my sleeve every now and again. We decided I'm going to wait for this to. I didn't get the notification yet.
You didn't get it yet?
I did not.
Can you request? Can you go on there and request? Because I sent you an invite. It won't send me.
It's surprising that I don't see it pop up, because typically you'll see it pop up. Did you do it from the page or the group?
From the page.
All right. Well, I will try to find this real quick. 3A. Oh, actually, you know what? Sorry, guys. Give me a second. Live television, baby.
All right.
That's how we roll.
That's the fun part about live is it's all real over here.
You do what you want. And this is why I love the network that we're on. 9397 Network, as you guys can see at the bottom, is the network that we're on. I also have another show called The Good Time Show on this network. It's independently owned. There isn't a big corporate entity telling us what we can and can't do and what we can and can't say for the most part. Like it's beautiful that in this network we get to truly be ourselves and truly reach out to the people that we're trying to reach out to. You know, a lot of these other big companies are forced to do certain advertisements or forced to play certain music or forced to act a certain way. And we're not like that here. And I think the beautiful part about that is, for me, being in recovery and having a show like this, is I can truly 100% be myself.
Right.
And I feel like if you're not able to be yourself, especially in recovery, then it's going to be very, very hard for you.
And it makes it just that much more fun too, that we're able to kind of just get on here and kick it and like we have a couple of things that we talk about beforehand, like, hey, I want to like mention this, or we're gonna have this drink, but pretty much all of it is just, we go as it
Tough.
Go as it comes, and we make it work. So what is this, episode number 7?
7.
I
was thinking about it today, and I don't know why, but I'm like super excited for episode 10. Like, I feel like getting into double digits is big news.
For sure.
Oh, look at that. Okay, so I found it.
You found it.
How do I add? Send request. Hey, look at me.
Okay, I found you. Okay, send invite. All right. Did we do it? We did it.
I didn't check my angles on this one. Ooh, they see all background on that. That's all right. Hi, folks. How you doing? Sorry for the late join over here. I love you. Thank you for joining.
Yeah, for anyone who's just hopping on this live, just so you know, we're actually live recording our radio show right now. We do a radio show that airs every Friday night at 9 p.m. It's called No Hangover. So we are recording that right now, but we wanted to come on live so you guys could watch kind of how it goes down as well. For anyone who isn't aware of our radio show or hasn't gotten to see it before. So hopefully you guys will hang out.
Make sure you guys tune in. All right, let's get this party cracking. I think we made these people wait too long as it is.
For sure.
For those of you that are new, what we usually do at the beginning of every show is we have a drink of the week. And this week we have, let me get my mix cam, mojitos. So here's the problem. I have a problem every single week, right? So I go to the store. My daughter made me do a bunch of running around. So she tells me as she's at practice, Dad, I need you to go, or can you pick me up from practice and take me to my work to get my check, because we want to go out to dinner after practice. So I'm like, dude, wife gets home at 4. I have 2 hours to set up for the show because I'm thinking we're recording at 6. So I'm like, what the hell? I got to go to the store. I'm like, all right, I'll run up there and get your check. I literally got home, done cutting my hair, done setting up, done pre-pro, got her check, did all that stuff at like 6:45.
Oh my God, I swear. Yeah. It's something about parents that we can literally fit 100 different things into an hour. Like, I swear I worked all day today. I created content today, took the kids to the park, took them to and from school, went to the grocery store, and just like you, I made it back home at like 6:45 to start recording at 7. Like, it's crazy. And
that's what's sucks. And I apologize to you guys who have been on here if you were getting antsy and you're like, what the hell's taking them so long? I wanted it to be right. I didn't want to just hop on and half-ass or whatever. So I got all my shit together. The only shitty part, as I was rushing, I get to K. Rogers, aka Kroger, and they didn't have mint. Like the fresh mint, they were out. So I'm freaking the fuck out. I'm looking up recipes. I'm trying to figure out if there's a substitute for the mint. And luckily I found mint flakes. So
hopefully it works.
I also didn't have ice. And one of the Christmas gifts that my wife and kids got me a couple years ago were these ice bullets.
What?
That was pretty fucking sweet. All right, let's mix this thing up.
I don't ever have ice, so you're not alone. Mine is an iceless drink.
I just figured it's the mojitos. It's going to be gross if it's warm.
It probably will be. And honestly, all my stuff is like, just took it off the shelf at the store, so it's warm too.
Oh, God. Here we go.
But we'll make it work.
I will say this mint smells minty, so I should be straight.
All right. So what do we start with?
I'm going to start with the mint just to get it down at the bottom. And again, we don't do measuring and like accurate amounts here. So I don't know if this is going to be any good or not. Let's see. The last couple of weeks I put way too much lime. So I'm going to slow down on the lime this week.
Well, see, that's my dilemma, is because I couldn't find the regular simple syrup. So I have that like lime juice sweetened syrup. So I'm not sure if I should put that in there and lime juice or just the syrup. What'd you do?
I have club soda all in my lap right now.
Oh no.
I don't know how it was still fizzy, but whatever.
Right, here comes the tonic.
Okay,
Tonic water.
so yeah, be careful. That's what I just spilled all over. Yeah, see? I'm busy talking to you and spilling tonic all over myself.
See, this is how you know it's live, because like I'm sure a lot of people who do like professional are like, you got to pop that tonic first.
Yeah.
Nope, not us. We're just gonna let it explode.
Well, I know that for next time, because now I have to sit here for the next hour or so with a wet lap, and it does not feel good at all. All right, so here we go.
Okay, so just so you guys can see us mixing it up too. This is something really cool that we do on No Hangover for anyone who is new. So we do a mocktail every single week. We do a different drink. We try a bunch of different stuff. What did we make last week?
Last week was daiquiris, strawberry daiquiris.
Ooh. Those were good.
Okay, so I can already say the mint flakes thing, I don't think is going to be a good idea because they just all float at the top.
Well, my mint's floating at the top too.
I don't know about this one. I don't know about this one. We'll see.
I mean, the mint looks pretty in it. That's one thing we can say for sure.
Yeah, I guess.
Look, I mean, it looks pretty.
All right, yeah, I forgot to. I got to remember that y'all are over here. Sorry, folks. You guys, everybody on Facebook Live can see my little makeshift gym in the back over here. So you guys that are on here watching the episode, you're going to have to go look at this Facebook Live if you really want to see some behind-the-scenes shit. All right, we ready?
I'm ready.
Everybody raise your glasses. Here is a toast to those we have lost to this disgusting thing we call addiction. Those that are battling this addiction right next to me, arm in arm. And those of you that are teetering on the line, walking that tight rope and don't know which way you want to go, come on over, baby. The water's fine. Oh. Oh.
I don't know about that one.
Oh. Definitely not with the flakes. Taste wise?
I think I just put way too much of that lime juice in it.
That's what I told you.
Tart. It's really tart. I'm gonna put club soda.
So I'll be honest. I think with real mint, right? Maybe muddled or whatever that's called when you do that. Some real mint, and then the right amount of everything. I don't think this would be bad. And I typically don't like mojitos at all. I've never been a mojito guy. But I think I put a little bit of lime in there. I think I added pretty much a perfect amount of the simple syrup. I just think I need the mint, like the fresh mint, because the flakes are a little, I don't know. I don't like, this is going to sound so wrong. I don't like stuff in my mouth. if you understand what I'm saying. But taste-wise, overall, it's not bad. I think it's way better than the LaCroix.
Do you?
That was the grossest.
I like those. I mean, they weren't that bad.
No.
This, I feel like, if you drink this, that first sip to me actually tasted like an alcoholic beverage. Like
it did.
The tartness that I got and like the tonic water, like it actually tasted like I was taking a drink of a cocktail of some sort. So like, if that's what you're looking for, this might be for you.
I think so too. That's what I was gonna say. I completely agree with you, because it's out of all the mocktails I've tasted that are supposed to like emulate something, I think this tastes the closest to what I remember it tasting like when I tried with alcohol. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. Are any of you guys mojito drinkers? Do you guys what alcohol even goes in a mojito?
I'm assuming vodka. See, that's the thing about making these mocktails is whenever I was in active addiction and I was drinking, I didn't drink fancy drinks like this. Like I didn't even know what a mojito was.
Right.
When I was in active addiction, I drank straight out the bottom shelf liquor
Facts.
and the cheapest beer that we could find. Like the
Big
little
facts.
mint leaves and shit never happened.
No,
You know what I mean?
I remember being in college and drinking. Those of you that are alcoholics, get ready to gag. We used to drink Black Velvet by the gallon. We used to drink a vodka called Kamchatka vodka, which was like had to be about $10 for a half gallon. I don't know how my liver or any of my insides are still functioning, but
there is this one beer that we used to drink, the cheapest, most disgusting beer, and it was called Burger Ice. You could literally get like a 30 rack for like $10. Burger Ice, yeah, it fucked you up. It really did. It messed you up, but it was disgusting. It was so
there was
bad.
one, I don't know if this was even a company. We got a case of them from somebody in college. I don't know if it was like a startup or they were trying to become a brand or whatever, but it was called MX, and it came in 40s. And I swear to you, I was not just fucked up. It tasted like SpaghettiOs.
Ew.
Imagine drinking SpaghettiOs.
That's disgusting.
And I hate SpaghettiOs. I think SpaghettiOs are the most disgusting thing on the planet.
Ew.
Pretty gross. All right. So, drink of the week this week, I will give a, you know what we should also do, which we haven't done in the past 7 weeks that I just thought of, is we should do a rating system.
Rating for the drinks.
Yeah.
That would be cool, yeah.
Do you want to do like a 1 to 10 scale? Is that too much?
I give it 1. It was fucking gross.
I think that's a little harsh.
I don't like it.
But I'll give it I'll say with the right, like if someone was to make this for me that knew what the hell they were doing, I'd say I'd give it a 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could drink it for sure if there was nothing else there, but I don't think I would ever choose to drink it myself.
Yeah, see, I like the fruity stuff. It's just too many for me.
I was like you though. I was a straight up like, just give me the bottle. You know, I never really did the mixed drinks. I got into wine pretty heavy in the latter years of the addiction. Living out in Northern California, you kind of are surrounded with wineries and breweries and stuff like that. So towards the end of it all, I was straight up wine and craft brews. Anything with 10% or more, I was on it. Like, that's my shit.
Right.
That's why the Day Sweet or whatever it was. That's why I loved that, because that shit literally tasted like a craft beer.
Yeah, we're gonna have to try to get some more flavors of those, because I think they come out with different ones like throughout the seasons.
Do they?
I think so.
What we really need to do is holler at our girl Katie P, and see if she will send us some for free.
That would be awesome. I don't know how easy it is to contact Katy Perry, but we can try.
She seems like she's fairly reachable. I mean, the way she presents herself is like she's a woman of the people. So
right.
I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so I had to get myself ready real quick. You like how I just bullshitted you guys for like a good 5 minutes while I set up? You like that? Okay, so for this week, and I did tell Nikki that this is happening, but she doesn't exactly know what's happening. So our segment this week is going to be called POV. And it is inspired by the one, the only thick, juicy dumper queen, Rachel Elizabeth. So what I did was, here's what I did. I'm very I like to just come up with shit out of my ass, and I have fun doing it, and I think it's a good idea. So I went to her Facebook page, and you know how she always posts those POV, it's da-da-da-da-da-da-da year, and then has a picture. So I have her post, I have the picture, and I have her post. I'm going to put the picture up, and I'm going to read the post. And then after I do that, I want you guys in the chat, and I want you, Nikki, to tell me where you were and what you were doing that year.
Okay.
How's that?
I'll try my best.
You like that?
I like it.
All right, cool. So, hold on, let me see. Let me make sure I ain't. What do you say? I love these guys. I love y'all so much. Okay. First up. Oh. And these are all from her Facebook, so I'm not putting her on blast. I don't want nobody trying to call me out. This is all public knowledge. POV, it's 2006. You start the night out at your best friend's house getting ready while Lean With It, Rock With It plays in the background. Your BFF is on her T-Mobile sidekick talking to the boys who are trying to get you to hang out that night. You personally can't make any phone calls yet on your prepaid brick phone, Boost Mobile, because you only have free phone calls after 9 p.m. I was lit when they turned that to 7. That changed everything. It was pretty amazing. Y'all that were broke back in the day know what I'm talking about. Only bleep bleep. Where you at 2A before 9? You girls make a plan to tell your parents you're going to the mall and the movies, but really there's other plans in store. Probably just to drive around in some kid's 2-door Honda Civic, or maybe in an impromptu McDonald's parking lot chill sesh where you all just stand there drinking the worst mixed liquor out of water bottles and smoking cigarettes until you smell like a literal ashtray. To finish getting ready, you make sure you've got the lowest rise jeans on, hoop earrings, always, and to top it off with drenching yourself with Love Spell or Britney Spears' Curious, knowing the boys are going to reek of accent tobacco. Your best friend's parents drop you off at the mall, and you guys pretend to walk in, but walk out 2 minutes later, as soon as the coast is clear, to hop in the boys' hoopty, where they're dressed in the baggiest t-shirts, jeans, with probably some shiny pictures of dice or skulls, and always wearing the biggest cubic zirconia stud earrings they could possibly find, all while Young Dro's shoulder lean is blaring on a busted speakers. The night is filled with spontaneous adventure and fun. You are carefree. You are young. Life is good. Woo! The funny thing is when she posts those, I love it so much because of the fact that I know exactly that scene. Exactly.
See, I remember doing a lot of the things that she mentions, but I'm so much younger. I'm 25, so I graduated in 2016. Ooh. So in 2006, I was 8 years old. So
okay, so we'll do this. We'll do this then. I don't think I knew how old you are. 25. Did you know that I'm 37?
I did not.
Haha. So not only are we teammates and we're attacking this thing from two different sides of the genreism. We need to talk about that one of these days. Talk about genres and yours versus mine and all that good stuff.
Yeah, that would be cool.
But what we'll do is we'll do the relatable time period then. So 2006 was the year I joined the military. So let's say like 2 years after high school. Where were you? Who were you? What were you doing?
2 years after high school.
Yeah, I know it's hard to think back that far, huh? All the way back to 2018.
It is. It really is, because so much of my life in active addiction, I do not remember. Like, I have such big spots of just like blur that I don't remember parts of my life. I remember like a lot of what Rachel said. We did the same things a few years later. We drove around in our friends' cars with like the seniors when we were like, sophomores, and smoked cigarettes and smoked weed and drank bottom shelf liquor out of water bottles. Like, we did all of those things just a few years later. But for me, 2 years out of high school, I was fully addicted to heroin. So I was pretty bad at that point.
Just 2 years after, you said?
Yeah.
So did you start in high school, or did you get out and then started in college?
I started in high school. Yeah. I started in high school experimenting, and I was addicted to heroin my whole end of my junior year and all through senior year.
Did you graduate?
I did.
That's saying a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not trying to glorify being an addict in high school by any means, but
barely. But I did. I tried to do a year of like cyber school. That didn't go well. I ended up having to go back because I was failing. Ooh. And then I passed by like literally like this little bit. Like I had like D's in all my class. Like, I was lucky.
Passing is passing.
Right.
Allison, shut the hell up. Nobody asked you. Derek, you just said genre, brother. You mean generation. What if I want to call it a genre? What if my timeline identifies as a genre and not a generation? What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
I didn't catch that, honestly, either.
Hilarious. 2006, like I said, I was joining the military. I joined on my birthday, my 21st birthday, and went to basic. I was coming off of a really, really a really, really bad college experience. I partied in high school or whatever, but it was like casual or whatever, like how you're supposed to drink as an adult is how I did it in high school. And then I went to college, and I think I was just tired of being so good. I was a homecoming king in my school. I was in student government, class president, student council, National Honor Society, played 3 sports. So, you know what I mean? I did all that stuff all my life. So I got to college, and my thought was it's time for me to enjoy, life and this freedom and whatnot. So I dove in deep. I started drinking heavy. That's when I got introduced to ecstasy and cocaine, and life really happened super fast. So between all of that and the house got flagged, cops started sitting outside of my house at one point, like towards the end there. Some girl OD'd in the basement, apparently. My homeboy got stabbed, and so I'm like, yeah, I got to get out of here. So I went home and pretty quickly decided to join the military, because I was in fear that something would happen and they'd come looking for me. And I'm like, if I'm in the military, they can't get me. So
Right.
It was an interesting time. 2006 was definitely a year that that was my teeter-totter year. I think that's the year that turned my life the direction it went. I don't think I really would have made it much longer if I stayed there.
Right.
One way or another, I either would have got too deep into the addiction or would have been in jail. So 2006 is a year I think about often, very often. David says 2 years after high school, I was at second annual and last Atlanta International Pop Festival watching Jimi Hendrix with about 500,000 other hippies. Damn. Wait a minute. You saw Jimmy live? No fucking way.
He just made everyone speechless. Even JP.
Right.
JP put a period. That never happened.
Yeah. Look, people. I'm a musician, okay? And there's a couple people on this planet that I am heartbroken that I'll never be able to see live. Tupac, Biggie, obviously, Jimi Hendrix, Nirvana because of Kurt Cobain. I never got to see Chris Cornell live. Luckily for me, I got to see Chester Bennington of Linkin Park live at the Sunset Strip Festival a couple years before he ended up passing. Yeah, so the fact that you saw Jimi Hendrix live, dude, absolutely insane. I love Prince. Yes, that's the other one. Thank you, Joel. Joel's in the building. Where's Robin? Where's your mom? You're not allowed to come without your mother. That didn't sound right either. Shit, my bad. Prince, perfect. Love it. All right. Rachel, number 2. Love this one. POV, it's 2005. You get all ready not to go anywhere, but actually just to take pictures on your Coolpix digital camera from MySpace. You make sure your eyebrows are thinner than your patient's, that your mouth is pursed with a butthole for the classic duck face, and you arch your back so hard you almost break it. You finish the look with a classic B&W.
Black and white.
Oh. Jeez. Don't you judge me, Facebook Live. And add some hand-drawn hearts on picnic for a little razzle-dazzle. Life is simple. So we know that you didn't graduate till yesterday. So I'm not going to go a year before 2006. We'll say I'm just going to pick random times for you now because the time.
No, but wait, I think I do remember part of this year though, because
you got one.
Yeah, I think so. Because I would have been in middle school, and I was always one of those kids who wanted to be like the older kids, and I wanted to hang out with the older kids. So I did a lot of what the older kids did, and I remember Picnic, that picture editor thing. Mm-hmm. Totally use that constantly. I still have photos on my old Facebook of me and my friends sitting on my friend's roof, and we have pictures of us in really tall socks, and we have all the little words BFF and stuff edited on from that Picnic app. And I totally remember doing the same thing, just getting ready for no reason and taking pictures and but that was at that time I was still so innocent. I wasn't doing it as a teenager to go out and right. We were just innocent little girls at that point. So it's crazy to think back on that.
Aren't we all just innocent little girls that, it's some kind of.
I wish I could say that.
First it's genre, now it's B&W. Allison, we are going to box. I got a feeling she can fight though, so I'm gonna shut up.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt her.
Joelle, you're fired. Nobody cares that you have a lot going on in your life and that you had to move and that you only had 2 days notice to get out. Nobody cares about any of that, Joelle. The important
your
part,
mom here.
the important part about our friendship is that you always make sure your mother comes to the show. I'm kidding. I love you, brother. He said band. Nah, man. Doors always open for you, brother. Doors always open. So 2005, I think I told you guys I was in college. Let's go to, well, no, I will tell you about 2005 because 2005 was, I had dropped out of school. So I was there for a semester. I joined a band and we decided to move, get a house and, you know, try to make a run at this thing because they had some connections at Sony. We were actually pretty damn good, but alcohol got in the way. And made a disagreement between me and the bassist turn into me with a hammer in my hand and him with a skillet. So that didn't work out. So in 2005, I actually ended up going from Michigan State to back home to St. Louis with my sister for a little while, and then back home again, and then moved back up to where I went to school at in Kalamazoo. And that's really when my bumness started. I lived in a closet in a party house for like 6 months to a year. And then all that bad shit started. That's when I started selling drugs because I didn't have a job. And I got fired that year for now that I said 2005 and I'm thinking back, a lot of shit happened that year. I got fired for going to a kegathon when I was supposed to go to work.
Oh my God.
But check this out though. Tell me how fucked up this is. My roommates were the ones that got me the job because I helped them build the store. I worked at a Route 21. It was the first one that was up in Kalamazoo. We built the store. We did all that. So I got a job there. And they knew for weeks, months that I had this going on, but the main manager scheduled me anyway. And I'm like, can't you two just scrub that? They're like, no, you got to come to work. Well, I'm like, fuck you and that job. I paid $100 for this kegathon. I'm going to the kegathon. And I think that was like the last straw. Me losing that job and not having money and then having to resort to selling drugs. Like, no, I didn't even get fired for selling drugs. I used to sell, they were lived in the house with me. I used to sell them drugs. I'm pretty sure the main manager got drugs from us at some point too. Ashton's in the building. I never sold Ashton drugs. I'm very proud of that. Very proud of that. How you doing today, Ashton? We love you, brother. Let me take a second to say, if you guys are not on the Facebook pages, the 3A Recovery Facebook group or Facebook page, please tap in with those. All of these people that we're talking about are our 3A family. We do like 4 or 5 Zoom meetings a week. We have group chats, a men's and a women's group chat. We do co-ed meetings. We do men's, we do women's meetings. We'll do pop-up meetings if you need them. I do have hold on one second.
Gratitude meeting.
Do I not have that banner on it? Oh no, I'm a fail.
You don't have it yet?
No, I don't. See, that's why I like to get here and do pre-pro before, and I always seems like I get to sit down and get ready like 20 minutes before we're supposed to go, and I forget. But next show, I will definitely have that. If any of you guys want to reach out to us directly, just hit us up on Facebook or Instagram. My Instagram is Kujo_speaks.
Mine's Nikki _Hagen with 2 N's.
There it is. I used to have that banner too. We switched programs over and we did some changes and switch up change-ovs. So give us some time. Right. On Facebook, you can find me at Derek Bergen Jr. DerickBurganJr.
And I'm just Nikki Hagen.
Just Nikki Hagen. You say that like that's a small feat. Being Nikki Hagen is hard.
And 3A Recovery is super easy to find too. It's 3A Recovery. It's a page, so it's not hidden.
Facts. Ashton said, I'm doing good, man. Love seeing you guys' beautiful faces. You know what? Okay, so not to slight anybody else in our family, but tell me if you agree with this. Jesse and Ashton are like the sweetest, most kind souls of
ever. I swear.
I fuck with everybody else and I make fun of everybody else and I poke fun and all of that, but like Jesse and Ashton, I like feel like I can't even.
I love when both of them share because I just smile like so intensely the entire time that by the time they're done talking, my cheeks hurt. Like they're amazing.
Big facts. And I think this is a perfect topic or perfect thing for us to be doing and talking about that too, because it's the growth that I've seen in everybody from point A to where we're at now. that really is exciting, and that really keeps you going, because you know you're doing something good. You know you're making a difference when you can see someone changing week to week and getting better, getting happier, thinking deeper about their lives, being more cautious, and reaching out to you as somebody they trust.
Right.
There's nothing like it.
Yeah,
So,
it's beautiful.
man, oh man, JP said you guys are fucking angels. All right, you guys ready for Nikki number or Rachel number 3?
Rachel number 3.
Last but not least, wow, that's the one right there.
I love it.
She reminds me of somebody that I've seen in a movie, and I can't remember. It was like a comedy movie, and I can't remember which one it is. So I'm not gonna get on here lying. Okay, we're going back a couple more years. It's 2003, and you're having a girl sleepover at your friend's house after prank calling a bunch of business establishments on the house phone from the Yellow Pages. Oh God. Ooh. Blast from the past. Do you even know what the Yellow Pages are?
I do. I'm not that young.
But some people don't know.
I had a house phone in elementary school.
Okay. See, but some people don't remember. Like I remember bits and pieces of elementary school, but if you asked me about something trivial like a phone book, I'm not gonna remember that.
See, like I don't remember looking through. I remember my mom having them in a little basket underneath where the phone was. But
I wonder if do they still make those? Does anybody know if they still make Yellow Pages?
They'd probably be like collectible antiques by now.
But yeah, I would assume they still have to make them. I don't know. I'm gonna look into that. Somebody tell me, look up, research, see if they have that. Okay. You each decide to call each other's crushes and ask if they like the girl in the question. Pretending said girl is not there when she actually is quietly listening to the whole conversation. This would normally be done in a separate household on a 3-way call, but since you are all together, you figured why not do it in person? The combo goes a little something like this. Hey, enter boy's name. Do you like enter girl's name? What do you think of her? They either respond with, yeah, I think she's cute. Why? Or does she like me? Or the brutal, nah, I don't like her, but I think you're cute. Talking about the friend who's calling. Or just respond that they don't like you at all, and maybe even throw in some insults that will follow your self-esteem for the rest of your life. Depending on how that combo went, the night goes on with painting nails, doing each other's makeup, and maybe making a music video on the home video camera, maybe choreographing and dance, performing for the family, making them sit and endure entirely too serious performance to Destiny's Child's Bootylicious. Like, hold on, there's a part 2. She went in on this one. She went in. Hold on, let me back up. So I had to screenshot these. Okay. And maybe even participated in a spontaneous self-piercing moment using an old needle or button pin with a lighter or a match to sterilize, or rearranging your friend's entire room at 1 to 2 a.m. You usually finish the night with staying up, talking until way too late. Maybe watch TV or a movie and fall asleep with way too little blankets or comfort, probably even sleeping directly on the floor, just to wake up at 3 to 4 a.m. to the TV blaring George Lopez's theme song or a Bowflex infomercial. So true. Maybe even a Girls Going Wild commercial if you're lucky. Boy, you are young, you are resilient, you love your friends, and life is good. So 2003. So for you, what was 2000? What were you in? Shit. Were you in school yet?
Yeah, I was, 2016. So 13 years earlier. Probably like preschool, kindergarten.
That's wild.
Yeah.
What was I into? So 2003 would have been my junior year. My junior year of high school. I don't remember. I moved into my own apartment my junior year of high school. That's what happened. I moved into my own apartment, and the independence hit me like a ton of bricks. I had a job. I played sports. I did all those things I told you in school, and I maintained my party antics successfully. And that was back in the day where, I don't know if all of you guys live in states that do pop bottle returns, but we do here in Michigan. So I would have a party on a school night, primarily so people would bring their own booze and I could take their cans back. So this is back in the day when gas was, I don't remember what price it was, but I could take $2, $3 worth of pop bottles to the gas station and get enough gas to get to school, to work, and back home.
Wow.
It was good times back in 03. Life.
It's crazy.
Life definitely was simple.
The one thing that definitely hit me from her post, that one, is the piercing ourselves, because that's something that I totally did in like early high school, late middle school. I literally used to think that I was like a professional piercer. I would like pierce all my friends. The amount of holes I put in people was actually ridiculous. I pierced my own nose, pierced my friend's belly button. I've pierced like 3 other noses and probably a dozen ears. Like I literally thought I knew what I was doing. But like
Man.
nobody ever got an infection, so I think I did good.
I mean, that's all you can hope for, really.
Right.
On the Facebook Live, Amanda Miss Prime says, "Hey, Michigan in the house, Pittsburgh ATM, but heart is always." Where'd you go? Comment in the Mitten. Hey, Mitten love
That's
too.
crazy.
Mitten
Because you're
love. Wait,
Michigan and I'm Pittsburgh.
Nikki's in Pittsburgh. That's
Yeah.
strange.
That's weird.
Well, how about this? Whenever you're in the Mitten, you let me know, and we could either go get a mocktail or just holler at your boy. Holler at me. Ashton says, yes, pierced my ears, my lip, and so many other ears. I never got into, I was lame as far as like any of that stuff goes. I don't have any piercings besides my tongue, which I got in 2003 in Daytona. I never wanted piercings. I don't know if anybody told me this growing up, but I always thought, and please do not come for me on this because I was in high school, I was young, but I thought it was gay for a dude to have earrings.
I've heard that so many times in high
Right.
school.
And in the black community, obviously, like I was already a step behind because I was a white boy. I had spiky hair. I had a spiky fro. I relaxed it. I put gel in it. I listened to the U's, Taking Back Sunday, My Chemical Romance. Like I was completely outside of the African American, stereotype. So me piercing my ears on top of that, like I don't know. And I was a sissy back then too. I didn't like pain. So especially doing it at home, like, nah, you ain't messing me up, dog.
See, it's crazy. When I was a kid, I loved pain. Like now, if I were to go get something pierced, I would lose my mind. But at 16, I went and got my nipples pierced behind my mom's back, and like just fucking loved it. Like it was like
so
nothing.
Weird.
Yeah, it's weird.
I never understood the nipple thing. Never. Emo Derek. I cry sometimes. Yeah, I was super emo. Don't play with me. Dashboard Confessionals. Holla at your boy. Does anybody know the most emo to me was not even Dashboard. What were they called? Oh no. Hey, is anybody home? Is anybody wasting tears on? I'll think of the name before this show's over. Our Lady Peace. That's what it was. I remembered it myself. Nobody told me.
I was going to say, I have no idea. I can't help.
So I'm reading. No, Death Cab for Cutie is the bomb, though. But Death Cab for Cutie is the singer from. Damn. I'll remember that other band, too. The lead singer from Death Cab for Cutie. What's the other band he's in? Postal Service. Damn, my brain's working today, and I love it.
I feel like such a baby because I have no idea what any of this is.
So I'm gonna have to send you all of these bands. So, like the early 2000s, alternative was huge, absolutely huge. So all of these bands are alternative bands from like that area of time. Good times. So here's where the surprises come into play.
Oh boy. Oh my God, I love Let's Make a Deal.
The year, POV, the year is 2013. I'm fresh out of the Air Force, fresh off of war in Afghanistan. I just bought my black Sonata that I so sadly had to get rid of a few days ago. I went down there looking to make some money. And one of the things you can do in LA is you can be a cast member, or not cast member, a audience member at shows like this, and you'll get paid $100. So I'm like, well, hell yeah. I just got out. I'm broke. I think I'd been there like a week. So I'm like, sweet, this will be dope. So I go over there and they have a process, an onboarding process, where they interview everybody and see who would be good for him to pick and put on the show. Derek in the mirror singing, tonight I'll be the night that I will fall for you. Absolutely. That's my morning mantra. So I went and they did this little process, this little interview process to see who would be good. And I was in my military garb, as you see, and me being who I am, of course, I'm all loud and hype and whatever. So he picked me, and I was like, "Whoa, okay, cool." So nervously got up there, played the game or whatever, and I ended up winning 20 grand, which was dope. Shitty part is you don't get that money until the episode airs. So it took 6 months. That was in January. That episode didn't air until May. So I had to wait 6 months, and then I got 20 grand, and I blew it in 2 weeks.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. I did a lot, though. I did a whole bunch. I came home. I fixed some people's cars, gave some people some money. I took my brother to the casino for his birthday and like just throwing money around. Ended up winning $4,500 that night. Why is it that when you have a pocket full of money, you win money? But when you're broke and need it, you can't.
I swear, because I have so many gamblers in my family, and they're always like, my last $20, I'm going to spend it and like pray to God that I win something. They never do. No. But on payday, they'll buy that $20 ticket and always hit. It's crazy.
Big facts. I hate it. I can't stand it. I wish it was different. I need to win a little $2 million or something just right quick. Just a little piece of change just so I can get some stuff for the show, just something light. Something real light. But 2013 was a good year. It was the start of my civilian life, and the way it started was much better than the way that whole LA adventure ended. I will say I'm glad I got that experience, but the darkness and the demons walk the streets in LA, man. It's everybody's fucked up down there. So the worse off you are, the more you fit in, which is such a dangerous place. So dangerous for people in recovery, because it's like I saw what's his name, Henry Rollins. I saw him standing on the steps of a rehab or a sober living house in Venice, and everybody's just like, "Oh yeah, there's Henry. He's back in rehab." Like, what? Like none of y'all, huh? It's a joke out there.
One thing that I really want to do, it's a goal of mine for this summer. I want to go down to Kensington and Philly, and I want to like go do some outreach and stuff down there, because I've heard that it's like a third world country, like just walking down the streets. Yeah. And I think it'd be something crazy to experience for sure.
Yeah, you're not far from me, dude. Let me know. I can probably make a hop right over there.
Yeah, for sure.
I will make a hop over there. Okay. Since we're winding down the show, I feel like it's only right if we actually throw the surprise up here.
Oh, boy.
So I got this idea because I was feverishly scrolling through Rachel's Facebook, like trying to find those posts. So I decided it's only fair if I scroll through yours.
That's crazy. No way.
POV, where are you at? What year is it?
Okay, so, oh my God, I don't even know what year that was. It was early high school for sure. I lived with my drug dealer boyfriend at that point, and that's his bedroom. And oh my God, I had so many animals, and I see the hamster ball behind. I totally forgot about that.
Is that what that is?
It's a hamster ball. Yeah, we used to have, like, dude sold so much weed, and every time, like, we would make decent amount of money, he would buy me an animal. So we had 2 ducks, like 2 cats. I had 2 guinea pigs, a rat, a hamster. I had all kinds of freaking animals. Yeah, that was. I can't believe you found that. That's crazy.
Yeah. So
brought back so many memories.
In all transparency here, I legit sat there, and it was like 5 minutes to go before we started recording, and I was speed scrolling, like trying to get super deep. Like the first 75,000 pictures on your page are obviously the kiddos.
Yeah.
And I'm like, golly.
Oh yeah, you got to scroll for a minute to get through my photos.
Yeah. JP said, where are they not? Where are they now?
What, my old pets? I had to sell a lot of them whenever we broke up, because I couldn't take them home, unfortunately.
I would imagine so. Man, going down memory lane's a trip. I've been trying a lot lately, and I've been talking to the men's chat too. I'm definitely going to get back in therapy, because I believe it's time for me to go back and rehash all of my feelings with the things I've gone through. So far, it's just been like, yeah, I've been through a lot of shit. That's crazy. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of stuff I've never processed. There's a lot of stuff that I don't even think I've thought about since, because I'm so used to just compartmentalize it or, bury it down and move on with the mission. Also, there's shit tends to happen to me back to back to back. So when worse shit happens, I forget about the other stuff.
Right.
But all those things matter, so anything and everything you've been through that's compiled, that was traumatic. Don't just let it fester. Don't think you can just let it go and it'll never affect you, because trust me, those underlying things have a tendency to sneak back up. And they'll make you do things that you don't even know you're doing because of those things. And I think that's what Ashley Lewis coming in clutch. I'm a huge advocate for EMDR. So if you haven't heard of EMDR, basically what it does is it has alternating tones that go through these headphones. And I don't know the frequency of the tones or whatever the case may be, but when I did it, it was alternating tones, and then they're guiding you through it as well. So the time I did it, she ended up asking me about my time in England when I was a kid, because I told her there's some stuff that happened up there and whatever. And she literally got me to the point where I was remembering I'm standing in front of the house and I could picture it like I was literally standing in front of it. And she walked me through the house. I remember every detail of the house, through doing this. So I think the basis of it, and correct me if I'm wrong, Ashley, I think the basis of it is to rewire and reassociate emotion to traumatic experiences from the past. And it actually worked. I never thought about my time in England because of, nothing super terrible happened, but it was where my mother and father broke up and we moved back, and they, so that situation was heavy. So I never talked about it. I never thought about it. I never, and it turns out that affected me a lot more than I thought.
I've heard a lot of really great things about EMDR. Richie, my boss, actually does it a ton, and he says it's like incredibly helpful for trauma and stuff like that.
It's stupid helpful. For me, what tripped me out was how it recalls memory.
Right.
It was a long time after I'd been there. I didn't think there was any way in hell I was going to remember any of the stuff I remembered, but you got to understand, people, your brain is far more powerful than you think. And that's why how you talk to yourself and your vibrations and your energy and yourself, your self-talk. And that's why all that stuff's important, because your brain really makes everything happen. Right. You know what I mean? So be kind to yourself, even if you're talking to yourself in your head like a crazy person. Be kind while you're in your head being a crazy person.
For sure.
If that's any kind of good advice.
That's right.
Holy cow. See what time it is?
I do. Yeah. You know what?
That went quick.
I'm trying to pay as much attention as I can right now, but I can hear the kids fighting right now.
Oh, my babies were upstairs screaming when we started, and I was like, "This."
I am like half in the other room. That's the horrible thing, you guys. Is I try so hard. I do so many lives, so many Zooms, this show, and I try so freaking hard to be so professional and like in the moment. No. But I am constantly at home alone with these two, and it's always as soon as you're on live video that they just want to fight about something. And I'm like,
my prayer is that this show lasts long enough for my babies, my twins, to be old enough to do to me what your kids do to you.
Yeah.
I love it. And I think that's the beautiful part about our show, is that you don't have to be professional. You don't have to be, prim, proper, and put together. This is for all of our nasty bits,
Right.
I got other shows where I'm, and on our meetings, it's all very serious and very, deep. And so this is our place to just, hang out and kick it just as much as it is yours. And I'm very appreciative for it. And for all of you.
Same.
Who said something? Who say something? I have twins too. I got 2 sets of twins. I have 8 kids. For those of you who haven't been around, I have 8 kids. Yes. Gawk at the greatness. 11 months old. My baby twins just turned 2, and my oldest twins turn 18 in October. Baller. All right, you guys. I got to get to my men's meeting. I'm already late. So, last call. What do you got?
Last call, of course, 3A and our little fan band we got going on. I am like so obsessed. We created the group, and the group has been just so awesome since we started it. Oh, yeah. So anyone who is not on there yet, definitely jump on. And then also, of course, Miss Rachel, since we kind of put her on blast today. Love her so freaking much. Like, none of this would be possible. We will
get her on here.
Oh, yeah, she's got to get on here. I love the ideas of, like, talking about the difference between like our ages and our
Yeah.
experiences. I think we should do something like that very soon.
That'd
I
be
love
great.
that idea.
I think it'd be great because I mean, it's as many things have changed over the years. There's so many things that haven't, but they're just being done in a different way.
Right.
And I think the gap between age groups should be closed as far as, especially in recovery. I hate going somewhere and you see all these old heads that just look at you like, young man, you don't know shit because you're young. I'm like, dude, I've been through a lot of shit. I feel like addiction ages you tenfold. You kind of become ageless because your experience level is, we go through some shit in addiction, man.
Right.
My last call is always my wife, my queen, my rock, the one wrangling in those crazy ass kids upstairs. And then on a serious note, I found out a couple days ago that I have lost another friend to suicide. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this up there. Please, 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 please realize it is never the answer. Not once has it been the right choice. I myself have gone through numerous attempts, wanting to all the time. I've been to that point. I've been to the cusp of it. I just failed every time, luckily. It's unbelievable what it does to your family. It's unbelievable what it does to the world. I'm trying to think and talk from a place of understanding and like not start crying all of a sudden. I just got all teary-eyed. When you feel like you leaving this world is what the world needs, I remember that feeling, and it kills me when I hear that people succeeded in suicide because I know where they were. I know that place. So I will never down somebody who's done it because I've been there so many times. And to be completely honest with you, the feeling, and some of you probably feel the same way and never say it out loud. You're jealous of the people that succeeded because you wanted it so bad and it just wasn't your time. But it's never the thing, man. Check on your strong friends for sure. If you know somebody's struggling, don't just think time's gonna fix it. Don't just think it's a phase, because some people don't have long. It only takes 1 second to make that decision, and that decision is forever. So please, guys, take this seriously. Not just for yourselves, like really check on your family. You never know unless you ask, unless you check. And then obviously, if you or a loved one is struggling with substance use or addiction, contact the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration, SAMHSA. Their national helpline number is 800-662-4357. All right. Now that I've made you guys all depressed, thank you guys for hanging out. I really appreciate it. This is episode 7. Episode 8 next week. Who knows what it holds? I have no clue.
It's a mystery.
But it shall be fun as usual. Nikki, you are the bomb. I love you to death.
You're the bomb, and I love you to death.
And like we always say, if you've stuck around this long and you are still watching and you go to bed right now, congratulations. You will wake up with no hangover. Thanks, guys. Love you so much.